Hello Stampers, I'm Dina Lanzendorf at Inkin' with Dink and welcome to my video. This week I want to focus on Valentine's Day. It's coming up really quick, but it's not too late if you still want to order stuff that you can have in time for Valentine's to make your Valentine's this year. So this week I'm going to focus on the From My Heart suite, which is in the January through June 2020 mini catalog. This is a fabulous suite, and when I saw it, I loved everything in it, so I just ordered the whole suite. I don't know if you knew you could do that or not, but in the mini catalog, on the pages where each suite is, okay, so this one happens to start on page 8, and it's 8, 9, and 10 in the mini catalog, okay? So on the page where it talks about all the product, right up here in the top left-hand corner of page 9, it says the From My Heart Suite Bundle, which gives you one price, one order number if you want to order everything in the suite. Well, since I loved everything, that's exactly what I did. I just ordered it all in one number and did it that way. So like I said, I'm focusing on all of this for this week's videos. Okay, so today what I did, I am actually in a Facebook group where once a week we're given a card layout and we have to case the card layout. Okay, and it's usually something from the catalog. So this week, this card right here was our case. So basically what that means is you're going to look at the layout of the card. Okay, and you're going to create a card using that same layout. So in this instance, we just had to have a card front. There's, if you can look real closely, there's a layer going down this way that has a stamped image. There's the layer right here that's been punched out with the punch, and then there's the card front. Okay, so basically there's three main things that we're looking at with this card layout. So this is the card that I created for that layout. So see how I just took the products or the suite that I was working on this week and just simply recreated the card. Okay, so are you ready? I can show you step by step how I did it. So I'm going to set that aside and I'm going to start off with a piece of Flirty Flamingo that measures 8.5 by 5.5. Now, you may ask, how did I know Flirty Flamingo was my color? Well, the way I knew that is because I knew what designer series paper I was using. So I'm using From My Heart Specialty Designer Series paper. And when you look at the back of your packets of paper, it's going to list on there the colors that are in your designer series paper. So this pack happens to have Flirty Flamingo, Real Red, and Whisper White. So that's how I knew the colors I wanted to work with. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our rectangle and we're just going to fold it in half to make our card base. Okay, now I always get over here and forget a bone folder, so hang on. Because you always want to be sure that you use a bone folder on your crease just to make sure it's nice and crisp and looks good. Okay, we're going to set that aside. Now I'm going to work on this layer, which I'm using Real Red, which is the other color in my designer series paper, and I am using the new braided border punch. I love this punch. I think it is so pretty, and it is also in the mini catalog, and I believe it's on page 29. Let me look real fast and see. Yes, it is. Page 29 down here at the bottom is the braided border punch. Okay, so that is what I'm using for my card. So in case you're not familiar with how to use our punches, on the main part of the punch, the design is going to be kind of in a silver in this case, okay? That little area right there is all the bigger this punch will punch. So if you end up with any of your paper inside of it, but in this area, your design is not going to punch. So when you put your cardstock in to start the punch, if you want it punched all the way to the end, you just need to make sure the edge of your cardstock is within this silver area, okay? So I'm just going to push it down right like that, and that's what it did. Now what I want to do is I want to slide my cardstock up, and you slide it up so that your design matches the silver area right there. Okay, so if you look really closely, I watch until it matches up perfectly. Make sure that this end of my cardstock is pushed all the way in the punch, and then I punch again, and then I'm going to slide it down and do that one more time. Make sure it matches up perfectly. Make sure it's pushed all the way in, and then punch just like that. Okay, and that's how you get your image. Now, I see that I missed just a little bit here. So I had a part that did not punch, but that's super easy with your scissors to go in and just flick that off of there, okay? Unless it's being stubborn like that little one did and doesn't want to come off. There we go. Okay, so there's my punched image, okay? So I know I'm going to want to put that over here, but I want to save room for my ribbon. So all I'm going to do is take my Tombow multi-purpose glue. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here in the middle, some here, here, middle, and down here. And that's all you need to make it stick. Okay, line it up along the bottom, make sure it goes to the top, and make sure it's straight just like that. Okay. Now I want to take some ribbon, which this is our real red double stitch satin ribbon. It's in the same From the Heart suite, and it is a gorgeous ribbon. It's so soft because it's satin. So all I want to do is I want to roll it around like this, and I just need to make sure they cross a little bit because I'm not going to make a bow. I'm just going to tie a knot. Okay, so then once I get it and they cross, I'm going to go ahead and tie. You need to keep pushing down so that it stays nice and tight. And this is where your fingers always feel way too big and get in the way. And I'm just going to tie that down just like that. Okay. And then I kind of want to move it over so it's closer to my punched area. All right. So now I'm ready for the hearts. Now the easiest thing about this is that the designer series paper that I'm using has images in it that coordinate with the punches that are in this suite. So I'm going to take this designer paper right here, which has the, what am I stuck on here? Oh, it's stuck down there, which has the hearts on it that I'm going to punch out with my punch. And then here is another sheet of designer series paper that also has hearts on it that coordinate with the punch. So those are the two pieces that I want. Okay, start with this one here that has the punches. I'm going to go down to the very bottom one that I can. These are cut off at the bottom, so I don't want those, but it's a little high up from here. My punch won't fit, so I'm just taking my scissors and just kind of cutting across so that my punch will fit. Okay, and I just want to take the plain heart punch, and I'm going to center my image in here and punch it out. Now there are actually two punches in this suite. Okay, there is the plain heart punch and there is a scalloped heart punch, and they are sized just perfectly so that they will also mat together if that's the look you want to go for. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to punch out a red and a pink. So again, I'm just going to line this up in here, center it how I want it, punch that out like that. And then I want to do the pink one, but it's upside down. So I'm just going to cut across like that, turn my paper upside down, center it in my punch, and punch it out also. And there I have my punched hearts that are all ready for my card. Okay, so let's pull the card back. Okay, I'm going to put my adhesive on the back of my red one first because I know I want it up at the top. So I'm just going to place it where I want it right there. Okay, now I'm going to do the plain heart. Again, put my adhesive on there, and I'm going to center it and put it where I want it. Okay, now I'm looking at my card. I see that I've overlapped a little here. So I'm just going to trim that up. Now for my other heart that I've punched out, I've decided I want to stamp on it. Okay, so I'm going to use the stamp set from the suite, which is called Heartfelt. Okay, and I'm going to use this one right here that says from my heart to yours. Okay, and I like it because I can use it and give this card to a friend or my husband or pretty much whoever. It covers it all because it doesn't say I love you and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to ink it up in my red. Going to center that on there where I want it, stamp it down, and there it is. Okay, and the Designer Series paper is such that it stamps very easy. So I'm just going to go ahead, put some adhesive on the back of that. I want him to fit under just a little bit there. So I'm going to slide him under and do it just like that. And there you go. There is my Valentine card that I used, the stamp set that I was planning to use for the week, and just cased design out of the catalog. So you can see how super easy that is to do, which is a great idea if you're having problem, you know, oh, I just can't think of what to do, my mojo is gone today, anything like that. Pick an image out of the catalog and just case a card to look like that layout. So there you go. So thanks for watching today. As I start looking at the From My Heart suite from the mini catalog, come back the rest of this week and I will be doing some other things, some other videos, and a Facebook Live tomorrow even, using some of the other products that are in this suite. And you really have to watch my Facebook Live tomorrow because I've got something exciting for you to share. So thanks for watching. Be sure and share my video with your friends. This is my business and that's what keeps me going. And thanks for watching.